And I know that this part right here needs to be a little darker. Aha, you have found me. Hello, camera. So, I have been working on, and apologies for the messy basement, but I figure I'll let you into my life a little bit more and show you what I do to unwind, really, at the end of the day. As 2025 comes into session, I'm thinking more and more about, and doing a lot more about, what I want to be, what I really aspire to change in my life, and how I feel about myself, really, on the daily. And I've always known that I had something strange inside of me, something that perhaps other people don't really have in their life or in their minds. And it's taken me quite a while to get to a point where I'm actually stepping into perhaps some of the gifts that I have. The gift of gab, gift of communication, the gift of integrated philosophy. Whatever it is, I mean, I'm just being grateful mostly for the things that I have and utilizing them as best as I can. So that means that I gotta wake up a little bit earlier, gotta go to sleep a little earlier, gotta work out. And one of the main things that was on my goals to live a happy life, actually, sometime in dental school when I was talking to my mentors, was to play music and paint for 5 minutes a day. And I think the reason that I've always enjoyed the creative side of things is because we're really a conduit. When we're truly creating, we're really a conduit for all of the different things that are in our universe. The things that we've gone through, the things that have shaped us. And so what I'm working on right now, which you might be able to see a little bit, is this painting of the mountains of thought. And this painting is actually one that I've been working on for a long time comparatively to other pieces that I've made. Partially because I'm taking on realism as a journey, but also because I'm climbing this damn mountain, you know, as I'm painting it. And it seems that I am close to this part right here. This part right here, to cross the bend and to go up into the next part. It seems like my entire life has basically been up to here. So you're seeing this backwards, but it will make more sense, hopefully, when this thing is posted properly. But I've been making artwork for about 10 years now. A lot of abstract paintings, a lot of drawings, very few realism. I think I painted a woman once, and I painted some flowers and stuff and abstract pieces. Most of those pieces I gave away over time. But this is a semblance of realism coming back, so I'll use this as a journal, a vlog almost, of Tarab's basement days. And it'll be a nice memory for me, and hopefully for other people that have been enjoying my development of philosophies in general. So yeah, I'm gonna paint a little. Would not advise, if you're starting off painting, to paint in nice clothes like these to start with. So right now what I'm thinking about is I'm close to finishing off this painting, although to you it probably looks like lines. And I want to shade this mountain. So the sun is right over here, and it is shining down on this mountain. So this entire area here, as it shines down, should be nice and bright. And the areas not being shined down upon would be darker. So what I want to do is, because I don't really like all the lines that are brought out. Well, I like some of them. I want to bring the background back out and also shade the mountain. So I know that I've been using purple, kind of watery purple in the background here, which I still have access to, which is cool. My little tubes of apple barrel paint. And I know the yellow kind of represents the lighter parts of things. Maybe yellow and red. So for instance, this is supposed to be darker. And I also want to hide this brown. And I know that this part right here needs to be a little darker. And I know that this part right here needs to be darker. Okay. And you might say to yourself, well, Rob, if you actually saw the damn drops that I put on the painting, dude, you're not adding very much. But it's a philosophy. It's the depth, my friend. We add little layers to our lives, slowly, slowly. And eventually it creates a really beautiful picture. Something that we can look back on and say, wow, that was really something. Unique piece, for sure. Darkness in here. Just a little. Okay. And then we're gonna get some light. Maybe some orange or blue or baloo. Or some sparkly paints. But that's why I kind of like doing this stuff, because I think a lot of the other time in my life I'm like pretty stringent. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this thing. Putting some water on the paint to spread it out a little. And abstract art to me is kind of the opposite in some senses of who I really am most of the time. And I like contrast in life. I like being a very hard-working businessman and also being an artist, a free loving artist. It makes life more interesting for me personally. Did you add too much? Maybe. Maybe we added too much, but who cares? You know? I don't claim to be an incredible artist or anything. I'm just doing this for shits and giggles and enjoyment of life. And I hope that anyone watching this video is at least getting the inspiration out of it enough to value really the hobbies that we have. I think I used to advocate a lot more for hobbies, and I kind of stopped talking about them because I myself lost track of my hobbies for a good chunk of 2024 in the pursuit of trying to understand business and other things more. And as much as I want to say that you can just let go of your past easily, it's just not true. And so making sure that I'm satisfying my child self is kind of important to me, you know? I mean, how can I love another person's child self if I don't love my own child self? And so I've kind of had this conundrum for a number of years, because change requires an emotional kind of backlash to who we are now, so that we have the motivation to change who we are, so that we have the motivation to act on our intuitions of who we can be. And so it takes time to do these things. But really, an awareness of self is required in order to do them sustainably, I believe. Know thyself. The greatest lesson I took away from Mr. Tai Lopez's mansion party, which if you guys are looking to network in any capacity, I would strongly recommend going to. I would strongly recommend getting out of your comfort zone and going to really anything that makes you talk to people that you kind of want to be like. Just a wiser way about growing, in my opinion. It makes the growth a lot more fun, really. It's genuinely more intriguing because we have more perspectives. But he said, know thyself. That was written on the walls of some cave long, long ago. The first real philosophy on what it means to be human. And I like to think I'm getting to know myself better. Funny part is it takes time to do these things. So I'm seeing the red now, and I'm seeing the purple, I'm seeing the yellow, and I'm like, well, I could bring the yellow out again, but I'll have to wait for the purple to dry. And there is actually some semblance of green in here too, but I think that's just a mixture of the blue and yellow, which is kind of cool. A lot of brush strokes. I think I need to get back into the brush strokes. Help to bring out some of these things. But I can't find the damn brush. That's the issue. The big brush that I used to do this stuff to begin with, I cannot seem to find it. Let it be known that not everyone is born organized, right? We're not born these perfect things. We have to work on this. Just day by day, you know, a little bit of love. So that's usually what I'll do is I'll look at a painting for a while, and add a layer, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll come back to this, because the way that it looks when it's wet is completely different. Not completely, but pretty different than what it looks when it's dry. So if you keep adding a bunch of layers while it's wet, you're going to have a hard time trying to decipher what the image is. So let me just show you, those of you watching this here silly video of Tarab being Tarab. Here. This is the mountain. I hope you enjoyed. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself.